Hi everyone. Today here I am going to make Chettinad chicken curry for you. Chettinad chicken curry is a most flavored dish made with chicken, fresh ground spices and herbs. Based on the authentic chicken Chettinad recipe, many derivations and deviations has been derived. But here today what I am going to make is the most authentic way of making chicken Chettinad curry. First let me introduce the ingredients required for making chicken Chettinad. Chicken, oil, onion, tomato, peeled shallots, curry leaf, red chilli, coriander seeds, cinnamon, cloves, peppercorn, cumin seeds, saunf, ginger, garlic, rice, turmeric powder, and then finally salt. To start with the procedure, let's turn on the flame and we have to keep it as low as possible. Once the pan gets heated, add the coriander seeds into this and dry saute it for 1 minute. After a minute of time, feel the smell of coriander seed. Once the coriander seed releases its aroma, add cinnamon, cloves and dry saute it for another 1 minute. And now add some peppercorns into this, jeera into this and saunf into this and dry saute it for 1 minute. The process of dry sauteing will help the spices to release its aroma and will add extra flavors to the curry which we are making today. Feel the smell from the spices. Once the smell is strong, turn off the flame and keep it aside. While the dry spice is getting cooled down, let's fry the ingredients required for making the paste to make the curry. First pour the oil in the pan and check the heat for the oil. When the oil gets heated, add some shallot into that, garlics and some ginger. Fry the vegetables until it becomes transparent. Keep the flame on medium. Fry these ingredients for a minute or two. Now the onion has become transparent. Now add some red chilies, some curry leaf, when the curry leaf releases its aroma, add some rice to the masala blend. Adding rice is an optional one which is required to make the curry very thick. That's why I am adding some rice into the masala blend. Okay. Now turn off the stove and keep this blend to cool it for a minute or two and then we can blend it. Let's assemble the masala required for making the curry by chopping onion and tomatoes. First let's chop onion. Now let's chop off some tomatoes. Before chopping off the tomatoes, make sure the knife is sharp to its maximum extent because the sharp knife won't squeeze the juice out of the tomatoes. So make it as sharp as much as possible. Now we will keep the bismillah aside and let's blend the spices all together, the dry spices and along with the fried onions and everything. We have to blend it all together. Now we have blended the dry spices and the fried onions, ginger and garlic all together, and we made it a fine paste. The paste should not be coarse, it has to be very smooth. In a gas stove, place in iron kadai. In Indian cooking, we always use iron kadai for all means of cooking, because the iron kadai has its own medical values, and it will enhance the taste of the curry we are going to make now. And wait for the oil to get heat up. Now the oil gets heated up. Now let's add some onion. Let's saute it for a minute. Make sure the onion is fried until only succulent. Don't burn or make the onion fry until golden brown, because frying onion until golden brown will overlap the flavors of other spices we are using. So make sure you don't over fry the onion. Now the onion has become translucent. Let's add some tomatoes. Okay, now the tomato has become mushy. Let's add the chicken. Give it a stir. Now let's add some turmeric powder. In Indian cooking, turmeric powder is a basic ingredient. We use it as an antioxidant and it has lots of medical values. Fry the chicken along with the turmeric powder and cook it until the chicken releases its own water. Okay, now the chicken got moisture. Now let's add the masala paste. We blend it now. Blend it. Once you have added the masala paste, make sure it coat all the chicken pieces. Okay, the chicken gets well coated with the masala pastes. Now let's add some water. Add water, very little amount, because the chicken will release its own water. If you add a large amount of water, the gravy will become very runny. Then it will not suit any breaths. Okay. Let's keep the flame on high. Okay. Now the gravy is getting at the boiling point. Now let's add some salt. Add salt required for your taste, and we can add it in the later time also. So add it little, then later we can check the salt and we can add it again. Let the gravy cook in the medium flame. Let the gravy cook for another 10 to 15 minutes. Actually, the cooking time for chicken is only 7 minutes, but here we are cooking it for 10 to 15 minutes for making to fuse the chicken with the flavors of masala. That's why we are cooking it for 15 minutes. Actually, here we are boiling the chicken in the gravy paste. So if we are cooking for a long time, the chicken won't get overcooked. So don't worry about the cooking time. Give a stir to the chicken gravy occasionally, because in iron kadai we have to be very careful, otherwise the gravy will get burnt. Let's check for salt. Okay, the salt is perfect here. We can turn off the stove and we can transfer it to another bowl. Now our Chettinad chicken curry is ready. This curry will go well along with rice, roti, chapati, paratha, and even for toasted bread we can use this as a curry. It will go well along with that. Thank you.